Okay, so here's the deal. We're doing the timeline. This is the Alex Murdaugh timeline. I've got my trusty little iPad, cracked iPad. We're going to do the time. I have got the timeline from Sled, and we're going to start when it's 8:49:31, and Maggie Murdaugh's phone is locked. Even though her phone moves around up until 8:55, we're going to go with 8:49:31. If I'm Alec, after I'm standing over my wife with the GUN, I am going to then walk over to the hose. I'm going to hose myself off, and that's going to take some time. I'll have that on the stopwatch. I've got to get all the blood and all this out. Hold up. Let's see. This is what the blood's going to look like. Okay, you ready? This water is the blood. I've got it all over my pants. I've got it all over my shirt because it was a little shot. I've got it there. I've got it in my hair. I've got it in my face. Now, let's start. 8:49:31. I am now going to start the time. I'm going to stop this as we go along the way because I don't have all the time to show you everything I'm doing, but I will keep track of it for you and what the time is. I've got to use the hose. Then I've got to walk over to the golf cart, get in the golf cart. Goes about 12.5 miles an hour. I got to drive that 1,100 yards. That's going to take 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Then I'm going to go shower, take my clothes off, shower, get dressed, and get in my car, and we'll see if we can do it. Ready? Okay, first time check. 1 minute, 47 seconds after I just did my wife in. And that took me the time to walk the distance from where Maggie was to the hose over by the dog kennels. I grabbed the hose, I turned the hose on, and I simulated washing myself and time that would take my clothes off and washing myself thoroughly. Remember, I've got blood all over me. I've got it in my hair, and that's what it took me. 1 minute, 47 seconds. Now we're going to start from here, and we're going to walk over to the golf cart and add 3 minutes and 38 seconds so I can drive to Moselle House and now shower inside. Okay, I've driven my golf cart now. It took me 3 minutes and 38 seconds. We have now gotten to Moselle. We are 5 minutes, 27 seconds and some change. That is also time to take the clothes off, put them in a cooler, put the cooler on the back of the golf cart, and make sure the cooler was washed off. And now we're going to go and walk up to Moselle, and we're going to run in and shower and change. If Alec did what everybody thinks he did at this point, he would be virtually with no clothes on, because his clothes, bloody clothes, are in a cooler right now, and he is standing. So we're going to start the clock as we walk, and we're going to walk. It's about the same size house. We're going to go walk and start the shower. It's going to be a cold shower. You just can't wait for it to heat up. So we're going to do that. Ready, set, let's go. Jumping in. All right, I'm done with the shower, but I showered quickly. I got to get all the blood off me. I got to get all the gun residue off my hands. And it's 10 minutes, 26 seconds. I'm now going to start it back up as I go and change clothes. Okay, I've showered. I've got on a white t-shirt. I got shorts, no belt, and I put tennis shoes on and tied them with socks, just like he did. Let's look at the numbers. All right, that says 13:02:66. Whew, that was a lot. So, what'd I do? You're standing over Maggie? 1. Number 2, you have to take the GUNs. You have to go over to the dog kennels where the hose is. You have to strip your clothes off, put them in the cooler, put the guns in the cooler or in the tarp, whichever store you want to go with. You spend about, close to a minute and a half, 2 minutes with the hose, and that is just getting you the once over, just getting initial blood off you, right? Then, after that, you turn the hose off, you put it back, and then you jump onto the golf cart, you take the cooler, you put the cooler on the golf cart, and you drive. And it's 1,100 and some yards at 12.5 miles an hour. I figured it out. It takes 3 minutes and 38 seconds. I added that on. From there, you're going to get out of the golf cart. You're going to walk to the house, and you are going to go in the house and start to shower, jump in the shower. I did a pretty good job of trying to get my hair and my ears, make sure if I had anything in there, you know, you got blood, you got matter, you got whatever. Washed my hands really good to get any gun residue off, and got out of the shower, dried off, and got completely dressed. And that puts me at 13:02. If we take the numbers at 8:49 and add 13 minutes to that, that is 9:02 and some change. 9:02 for me, it would be 9:02:38. And look at here. Alex Murdaugh started using his phone at 9:02. All right. So at 9:02:18, Alex Murdaugh's phone shows 283 steps traveled from 9:02:18 to 9:06:47. You got to think he's getting Maggie's whatever pajamas out. He is checking his shower. He's making phone calls. He's making sure there's no blood trail in the house, on the steps, wherever. And that is roughly 4 minutes at 9:06:47, because at 9:07 he leaves the Suburban from Moselle en route to Alameda. So, you know, clearly I didn't commit this to try to replicate it. And who knows what's going through his head. I was just trying to get through the time, and my times were estimated. But it does appear, based off of this timeline, that he would have time, not much, he would have time to do everything that I just explained and then get into his Suburban. But he had to have zero blood on him. I mean, zero blood, zero gunshot residue, and maybe a hose in a shower will do that, but I don't know. I got some other important, you first of all, before, you tell me what you think on that timeline. Did I miss anything? Was I wrong in something? Should I add time? I don't know, but it took me 13 minutes and 2 seconds to do all that. I've got another video with some really interesting news that I heard coming out of South Carolina, and it has to do with the jury and some rules there. I will post that later tonight, maybe tomorrow. Wow. The timeline fits. He could do it. Crazy, huh? You let me know.